Hey YouTube, I'm making this video because the last 24 hours since getting my Vevor 5-inch ball vise, I have been playing around with it and figuring out whether I'm going to keep it because I am not sure if it's fit for purpose. And everyone online has been saying how great it is. I just think perhaps they're talking about the 3-inch because, as you'll see in a minute, there are a lot of problems with the 5-inch ball vise. So let me just show you. I've just got this in at the moment. So this is the 5-inch ball vise, and it comes with all these attachments which look great and look very much like the GRS attachments. However, once we get into it, you'll see what's wrong. So these little thingamabobs, I'm not quite sure what they're called, slot in. Okay, looks all good, except this one swivels. Now I'm not really sure with the standard ball vise of GRS whether that is the same or not. The last one I had was a micro vise, micro block, and that wasn't the case. So I bought this because I wanted to have something pretty sturdy to do some engravings with, but also to hold sheet metal and different shaped metal while I drill, set stones, engrave, all sorts of things. So I'll show you what I mean. Firstly, just get a piece of copper, and we'll use these little pins, and I'm going to put them quite far apart. Actually, okay, so firstly, they fit in those pins fit in quite nicely. So I'm going to get the key and open the jaws up a little bit, fit this in. Okay, so it looks like that should work. I keep getting closer, and no, it doesn't work. It pops out. Let's try it again, holding it. Okay, no, pops out. So, yeah, that doesn't work. Next thing, a little domed piece of silver. We'll try the same pins again. Actually, let's try something different if the pins don't work. So those are the, I'm not sure if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can. Those are the big pins that fit in here. So we'll give that a go in a minute. For now, we'll try these thingamabobs, and that looks like it should work quite well. So we'll slide that in. Okay, don't take a bet whether this is actually going to work. Going to go in, go in, go in. Okay, as you can see from the side, wow, that's actually kind of worked. You can see it wobbles. So any pressure that you put on there, say with engraving, which is what I want to do with this, or trying to drill a hole, it is going to move. That doesn't actually move too much compared to when I tried it before. But yeah, I mean, if you want to do any delicate jewelry work, that's really not going to work too well. So let's try a ring. This is a ring with some flush settings, and they've got these what look like great ring holders, and we'll slide that in. Okay, let's give this a go. So, all right, and you can see here from an angle that these are not flat against each other. It's actually forming a little bit of a V. So I'm going to keep going. All right. Okay. That actually is not too bad. But yeah. The thing is, as you can see, it's actually lifting up here, and it's lifting up here as well. So that's going to be a bit tricky. Maybe we can try another way. Actually put these back a bit. No, that's not going to actually work, because then the ring's going to touch there. So yeah, something about this part that moves. So I'm really having trouble finding a reason to keep this. I'm not quite sure whether they will let me return it, but I really hope so. So the other thing like I had first is, this is a GRS. I've got thermoplastic in there at the moment, holding a couple of pieces. This either goes in a ball vise or in a Benchmade, and yeah, this works quite well. So thermoplastic, of course you don't need this container. You could just put the thermoplastic straight on here, and I really think this is the only way you're going to get any proper use out of this tool. So I'd probably melt that again and make sure it fits more snugly around the ball vise. But I think, you know, that's going to do the job. So if you want a very heavy ball vise to only use with thermoplastic, the 5-inch Vevor ball vise is a cheap option. But if you want to use any of these kinds of accessories to hold your work in place, you're really going to struggle to get anything that doesn't move. I'll show you another example. Say you're wanting to, you've got a delicate piece of jewelry and you're wanting to hold it with some of these rubber pins so it doesn't mark your lovely piece of silver or gold. You can see, I'm just going to open that up and we'll fit that. I'll have a go at fitting that in. Okay, yeah, might be a bit tricky. Perhaps I'll put this, say I want to do some setting, set some stones in a flat bit. Okay, one, now it's not actually against the rubber, it's against the metal at the bottom. But if I just keep pushing this to try and get it, as you can see, it's not actually flat. The pins are coming out, it's not against the rubber. I mean, you could have a go. It's not the worst, but yeah, not very useful. I mean, perhaps also these pins, yeah, they come out quite easily. Perhaps you could do this. Problem is, if you put any pressure on this metal, it's going to go out of shape. It really should be sitting flat against this for anything you're doing. So that's not very helpful. Take these out. One thing that I found does work are these thick pins that slot straight into here, although they're quite, it's not really a good fit. They're quite loose. And you only get 4 of them. And obviously if I had this bit, it wouldn't work. But I've got this long bit of copper. Whoops. Right, perhaps if this was didn't have this cut in, it might actually sit a little bit better. That actually works. So there are a couple of ways it is actually fit for purpose, and that is with the, these don't come out actually. Well, that one's loose, that's okay. Is using the thick pins with certain sizes would work, or using thermoplastic would also work. However, for what I want to use it for, which is holding pieces, using the accessories, I like the big one because it's got a lot of, it absorbs a lot of force. So for those reasons, I'm hoping to send this back. I just don't think it's really fit for all the purposes that it's designed for. Some people say that they use basically thermoplastic for everything. In that case, sure, I would suggest give it a go. I've also heard that the 3-inch one, a lot of people rave about the 3-inch micro vise, micro block. So that perhaps might be an option at about 100 Australian dollars. This is 150 Australian dollars. So this is 10% of the price of a standard GRS ball vise. So yeah, it is a cheap version, although, you know, it doesn't actually do all the jobs that it's supposed to do. So I'm pretty disappointed, and I think I'll be sending this back. Thanks for watching.